What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. I don't know about you, but 2023 is already off to an interesting start. With the Fed not signaling much information to influence a volatile move in the market coming up February 1st. CPI and inflation came in as expected, but we will keep a close eye on their decision coming up in February. And as promised, I will be dropping weekly videos on how you can win all 2023 in real estate and mortgages. So if 2023 is a year you want to prepare to buy a home, then the first thing you need to do is smash the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications to never miss out on a video. Okay though, but in all seriousness, if 2023 is your year, you're going to want to prepare as best as you can because there will be windows of opportunity that you can benefit from. And before we get into today's topics, I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsors, Mortgage Heroes, and my partners over at Cruise Productions for helping make this video happen. Now, let's get into today's topics and what you're here for. I believe that in 2020, 2021, and some of 2022, we experienced the height and the hype of the real estate market. As we experienced this massive demand that caused the market to produce artificial and overinflated home prices with ridiculously low rates at sub 3%. And even at higher home prices, mortgage payments were still affordable to most buyers. I am confident that in 2023, people are still going to buy and sell. But will we see the same demand as we saw in previous years? Probably not. In 2023, I predict things will be very different than previous years. What I mean by this is that throughout 2022, we saw a shift in the market. Declining home prices, volatile mortgage rates, and uncontrollable inflation rates we have not seen in decades. Now you're probably asking yourself, is 2023 even a good time to buy? My answer is, it depends. Buying a home is not a one-size-fits-all. And that being said, let's pull up today's article from entrepreneur.com titled Step-by-Step Guide on How to Buy a House in 2023. Have the scratch to buy a home of your very own, but don't know where to start? The first step reads, do tons of research and figure out your financials. As a first-time home buyer, in 2023, your first priority should be to do a lot of research. Buying a home can be the most expensive purchase you'll ever make in your life. So it will be in your best interest, both personally and financially, to pick the perfect home, area, and to consider your financials carefully before pulling the proverbial trigger. Specifically, you should determine the following. What kind of home do you want in the terms of square footage, features, inclusions, and etc.? Where do you want to buy a home? Generally, homes in the suburban areas or metropolitan areas are more expensive. Prices can also increase given factors like proximity to good schools, whether or not the home is in a good neighborhood, or things of that matter. Figure out what kind of home you want to buy and where you want to purchase a property before going any further. Don't start the home shopping without establishing your non-negotiables. Once you have your non-negotiables set and you have a clear idea of what your needs are, ask yourself these questions. When is it a good time for me to buy? How much money do I need to buy a home in 2023? The best time to buy a home is during a buyer's market. Put simply, this means that there is more favorable market pressure towards home buyers compared to sellers. Generally, this means there is a surplus of available homes, meaning home buyers have more choices. Since there is a high supply and high demand, sellers have to meet buyers more in the middle and negotiate more to close deals. All of these factors combined mean that home prices should be lower than average, or at least lower than they have been in recent months. In contrast, a seller's market means that home prices are higher given to the high demand and low supply. You have fewer options for available houses, and you'll have to pay more because sellers have more bargaining power. So, is 2023 the year you buy? To be honest, it comes down to understanding current market data, market trends, and knowing how your local market is performing. Let's look at it from this lens. The more you research, the more you learn, the better you'll be able to make a confident decision when shopping for homes. My advice is to consider seeing how the market performs in the early stages of the year to make the right decision for you. Entrepreneur article states, take a hard look at your budget and figure out how much you can spend on a property. My advice is to take detailed inventory of your monthly debts and obligations. What they won't tell you is that when banks look at your loan application, one of the main items that they consider when approving you is your debt to income ratio. The bank will want to see how much you pay in monthly responsibilities to determine how much money is left over to pay for your monthly mortgage payment. Alright, but between me and you, and please tell everyone, mortgage lenders will use the following formula to determine your debt to income ratio percentage to decide the risk of lending to you. So write this formula down. First off, they will add up all your monthly obligations that are monthly reported to your credit report. Then they will divide it by the gross income, which is your earnings before taxes. Now, based on what your debt to income ratio percentage is, this will influence the risk you bring to lenders and if they will approve you or not. My personal advice now that you decided to get pre-approved is to make sure that you do the following. Take inventory of your personal monthly debts and obligations and have all your credit cards paid down to the lowest amount possible. The lower the risk, the higher the chances of you being approved. Okay, but how much money would it actually cost you to buy a home in 2023? Well, as a buyer, you are responsible for the following fees. 1, your down payment. 2, your closing costs. 3, appraisal and inspection. So, hypothetically speaking, let's say you're buying a home for $600,000 in San Diego. Depending on your debt to income ratio, typically the minimum down payment to buy a house is 3 to 5%, meaning anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000. Now, one of the fees that gets washed down is closing costs. Closing costs are simply the fees associated with the purchase of your new home needed to be paid in order to close on your home purchase. Typically, closing costs will run you anywhere from 2 to 4% of the purchase price. And although in this present market, you may be able to negotiate seller-paid closing costs, I would always prepare for worst case scenario. Everything in real estate is negotiable, but not guaranteed. Step 2 and 3 are combined. Talk to a real estate agent and contact lenders for your pre-approval for your mortgage. Agents will be able to advise you on market conditions, available inventory, property details, and most important, help you understand contracts and negotiating terms that benefit your goals. On the flip side, sitting down with a lender to get pre-approved will bring clarity to the process of buying a home. The article states, getting a pre-approval also accelerates the mortgage lending process. If you find a home you love and need a loan quickly to purchase it before another prospective home buyer being pre-approved will let you get your funding faster and secure the purchase. Did you know that being pre-approved will give you the confidence in knowing how much you can afford, what monthly payments will be looking like, and how much money out of pocket you will need to come in with? In a perfect world, this is how you prepare yourself to buy a home in 2023. But in all honesty, buying a home is not a one-size-fits-all. Everybody has a unique situation and requires different solutions and or options. My goal is to equip you with the information needed to win in real estate all 2023 and so on. This is the year to prepare if you want to persevere. So if you're looking to win in 2023, then smash the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications, and let's win together all 2023. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next week, and don't forget to tune in.